Hey, everybody, this is Dr. William Clark here for Leadership Conversations. This is the show where we talk about leadership according to the world that matters to you. And I wanted to talk with you today about letting go of what failed. We all have moments in our career during the life cycle of a project or life cycle of a company where we experience failure. And quite frankly, for some of us, it can be difficult to deal with. And it has nothing to do with your mental capacity or your strength or your emotional capacity to deal with failure. A lot of times, dealing with failure can be hard for some of us because we put everything we've had into a project or a company. And to do all that and to later realize it didn't yield the results that we expected. Perhaps the failure was a result of circumstances outside of your control, such as the market, customers, competition, etc. And regardless of the reasons for the failure, it's important for you to learn how to deal with that failure appropriately and to move on so that you can continue to be great and to be good at what you're good at and to succeed at what you're working on. So, I wanted to offer some thoughts around how to let go of what failed. Here's the first thing I wanted to share with you: simply acknowledge how and why you failed. You don't want to move forward without acknowledging the fact that what you worked on or what you were working on did not yield the results that you intended to yield. And it's okay, but it's important for you to recognize that, man, I did not get what I want. I did not check off the boxes that were important to me because of this. Okay. And even if I did everything that I planned to do, and there were some uncontrollable, unforeseen changes or challenges that popped up, I need to still acknowledge that the failure happened because of unforeseen things. And I followed my plan. I followed guidance from my mentors and partners and team members, and everybody that needed to be involved was involved. And there were just still failures that came out of this. And it's okay, but it's important for you to simply acknowledge how and why you failed. Here's the second thing I recommend you do: get feedback from pillars in your corner. Your pillars are people who are invested in your success. They are invested in you achieving the goals that you've set out to achieve. They care about you as a person. They care about you as a leader. They care about you as a business owner, as an operator, as a contributor to the marketplace. And you definitely want to get their feedback because perhaps they have some insight as to what you could have done differently to avoid the failure, or they may have some insight into what happened that may not have been your fault, that impacted your failure. And when you get that advice, either way, it provides context, it provides insight, it provides perspective about what was happening around you or within your team that may have led to the failure you're experiencing. Their objective feedback is so critical for you to move forward and not to hold yourself accountable for things that are simply not your fault. Here's the third thing: start to envision what success looks like after the failure. Okay. You're going to recover. You're going to overcome what you are dealing with. You're going to move past what happened. But you got to start thinking about what the next steps look like. What does tomorrow look like? If you're going to make the decision to dust yourself off and get off your feet, get up on your feet and to move forward, what does that look like? Start to envision it. Start to process that, because the sooner you're able to process that, the faster you're able to move beyond the pain you may be feeling or the shame or the disappointment you're feeling regarding failure. And lastly, I would encourage you to start working on that new vision. Start executing on that new vision. Start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Start to let go. And as you're working on it, you'll notice that you're not holding on to things like you used to, and you're moving forward. Subscribe to us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and subscribe to us utilizing your favorite podcast platform. This is Dr. William Clark for Leadership Conversations. And we'll see you in the next show.